Sorry guys, this is Ron Tyler with the Emergency Management Associates, coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. I just wanted to come on the air for just a few minutes and talk about earthquakes that have hit, one off the Oregon coast and one very strong earthquake again over in Papua New Guinea. Then we'll talk about some election things going on that I think everybody needs to know about. But first, let's go over to Papua New Guinea. Earlier today, we had a 6.1 and a 5.9 earthquake. The largest earthquake that you see here is a 6.1. This is off the coast of Papua New Guinea. Now, this happened at approximately 8:18 a.m. this morning in the South Pacific here. Notice that it is nowhere near any islands. That's a good thing. Now, I believe for the most part, the Pacific Ocean has absorbed the shock waves from this earthquake. Actually, the shock waves from both earthquakes. Both earthquakes were substantial, one being a 5.9 shock, and then the 6.1 after that, which was the main shock. Both earthquakes happened in the Pacific Ocean. The ocean waters absorbed the shock waves of those quakes. Then one other earthquake over off the coast of Oregon. This happened at 4:15 this afternoon Eastern Time. This was a 6.1 earthquake. USGS has now downgraded it to a 6.0. This happened on the Blanco Fracture Zone, approximately 120 miles west of Oregon, off the coast of Oregon. This also is a substantial quake. Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. Folks, this did not endanger anybody's lives. Hold on a second. There we go. This earthquake did not endanger anybody's lives.
My answer blew him away.
Sorry about that. I had some technical issues here. This earthquake did not do any damage. This was 120 plus miles off the coast of Oregon. Okay? Actually, this says it's 173 miles west of Brandon, Oregon. We've had numerous earthquakes in this same location. We've had 5.0s and 5.3 large earthquakes. We've also had 2.5s and 3.7s, minor and small earthquakes. This is nothing new. This earthquake, even though it's on the Blanco Fracture Zone, it is in of itself in the Cascadia Subduction Zone region. The Cascadia Subduction Zone region, guys. Now, while this did not endanger anybody's lives, this is a precursor earthquake. This is a precursor earthquake to a much larger earthquake. I believe this came out of Alaska. This came out of the Gulf of Alaska. We've had numerous earthquakes over there as well, along the peninsula of Alaska and out on the Aleutian Island Fault Zone. We've had 7.0 earthquakes. We've had 7.5 earthquakes in the Aleutian Islands in the past year. We still have a great amount of energy holed up in the Gulf of Alaska, and it's going to come down. I promise you it's going to come down. There is also a large amount of seismic energy locked up off the Cascadia area, off of the coast of Washington State, off the coast of Seattle-Tacoma area. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. We have quite a few earthquakes off the coast of Vancouver Island. Most of those earthquakes are tremors and minor earthquakes. 1.5, 1.7 tremors, and also minor 2.2, 2.5, 2.7, and 2.9 minor earthquakes off the coast of Vancouver. Now, that doesn't mean much of anything. Okay? All it says is we have energy over in the Cascade subduction zone. That's a fact. I believe it's my opinion and my opinion only. Well, actually, the opinion of a few other people as well, that we're going to have a magnificent, catastrophic quake. Now, you might say, why do you call it magnificent? This earthquake will be huge. It will be a 9.0, 10.0 megathrust earthquake. An earthquake like we've never ever seen before here in our lifetimes. We had a like earthquake back in 1700. This is going to occur again. I believe it's going to happen within the next 5 years. Some scientists are saying 25 to 50 years. I don't think it's going to take that long. We are already over 34 years past due. So folks, this earthquake is going to happen. This earthquake is going to happen. Now, Hurricane Heather is here in the chat, and I appreciate her so much. She says no aftershocks so far. Guys, we're not told about any aftershocks from this quake. When we have an earthquake this large, even an earthquake that is a 5.0 to 5.9, large earthquakes. USGS is calling them moderate earthquakes. They're not. Those are large earthquakes causing substantial damage. I believe these aftershocks have happened already. We're not being told about it. We're not being told about it. That's a difference. Okay? Whenever we have earthquakes like this, there are aftershocks. Why are they not showing them to us? Because they don't want us to know about them. That's the bottom line of this whole situation. They don't want us to know about it. I want to make that perfectly clear. Okay? They want to play this game with us. They want to play a huge game with us. Aveyah Volk says, what is asking in the chat, what does earthquake in the band mean? Earthquake, the one in Mitchell and Brandon. I think there's enough stress there. This is a sign that people are not paying attention. Just be prepared. I agree. This is a sign. This is a sign. This is a precursor earthquake. Okay? Ravetta, I don't believe you know exactly where this is. This is on the Blanco fracture zone off the coast of Brandon, Oregon. It's on the Blanco fracture zone just 173 miles west of Brandon, Oregon. We have a lot of earthquakes that are here. Okay? A lot of earthquakes that we've talked about here in this same area during the past 5.5 years that we've been on the air. This is just one more. But this is a very strong earthquake. A precursor earthquake to a 7.0, 8.0, 9.0, 10.0 earthquake. I personally think it's going to be between a 9.0, 10.0 quake. It's coming. As Ravetta says, we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared. Okay? I'm just warning you right now. We need to be prepared. It's coming. Now, I'm going to drift further out to the right here. I want to take you out to Pennsylvania. We told you that there are a lot of voter irregularities in Pennsylvania. 77,000 ballots. 77,000 ballots have mysteriously not there. 77,000 ballots that the Democrat communists have altered. 77,000 ballots that they have altered here in Pennsylvania. Now, there's something else that you ought to know about. The state of Pennsylvania has also unsubscribed voters from the voter rolls in Pennsylvania. 7,000 people they've taken off the voter rolls. These 7,000 people, guys, are undocumented aliens, illegal aliens, and they're also people that have passed away. And the Democrat Party's been putting up a beef about it. The Democrat Communist Party, under the helm of Little Miss Kamala, have been putting up a huge beef about it. How dare you alter the voter rolls? These folks are undocumented aliens, illegal aliens, that have come across the border from the south part of the country, down in Mexico. They're also people that have died. They're people that have died. And yet, look at this. Yesterday, breaking news. This came from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Police officers were sent out in the middle of early voting to stop people from standing in line to vote. The police were called to stop people from voting in Pennsylvania. Incredible. The Democrats will do whatever it takes to make sure people don't vote in this election. They have even shut down polls prematurely. They have said the computers don't work, so people can't vote. Anything they can do to stop it. But that's not all, folks. There's more. There's more. Today, the Supreme Court has ruled in Pennsylvania that Pennsylvania can continue to purge their voter rolls from people that are not supposed to be voting, i.e. illegal aliens and also people that have died. That way, we will more accurately get people to vote. We'll be able to more accurately vote in Pennsylvania because the government is purging their voter rolls. The Democrat Communists did not want to see that. But the United States Supreme Court ruled that Pennsylvania can continue. Pennsylvania and also Virginia can continue to purge their voter rolls. It's incredible. Now, something else has happened. Little Miss Kamala has been paying people to vote, or not paying people to vote. She's been paying people to get on buses and bus them over to our rallies. Kamala has been paying people to get on buses and go over to rallies in the swing states, busing them in and then letting them out and cut into the lines of U.S. citizens who've been waiting in lines to get into her rallies, paying them to come into her rallies. Donald Trump doesn't have to do that. Donald Trump doesn't have to pay anybody to go to his rallies. And his rallies have been very successful. President Trump was over in Allentown, Pennsylvania last night. People started lining up to get into his rally at 7 o'clock yesterday morning. And his rally didn't even start until 7 p.m. last night. Just like Madison Square Garden on Sunday night. 10,000 people waited outside of the arena in Allentown, Pennsylvania, just to watch President Trump speak in the arena there in Allentown. Incredible. Then, while he was there in Allentown, Marco Rubio had been asked to speak. Marco Rubio had been asked to speak, and guess what? Marco Rubio had to tell President Trump something else. That Biden had just gotten off the air telling the American people that the American public that was voting for President Trump were garbage. President Biden had told the American people that the supporters of President Trump were garbage. Shortly after that, Kamala had been asked by the media to comment on what the President of the United States has said. She said, "I have to disavow what he has said." She said that she had to disavow what he had said and what any other politicians have said about Americans. But she did not disavow anything about Trump supporters. Only Americans. Interesting or not. Then, today, someone put up this meme on social media. The meme actually was a video, an AI video, showing President Trump taking out the trash. The Biden-Harris 2024 trash. Now, I don't have the video. I could show you the video, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to infringe on anybody's copyrights. But I wanted to show you this picture. This is classic. Trump taking out the trash. Now, something else that has everything to do with this election. President Trump is leading in all swing states. President Trump is leading in all of the swing states. Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia. He's leading in all of the swing states, leading by big numbers. Plus 10%. Plus 10%. President Trump is leading the voter rolls. If this continues, President Trump will, for the first time in 20 years, win the popular vote. Winning the popular vote doesn't end the election, though. President Trump is expected to get at least 370 electoral votes from this election, completely eclipsing Kamala's voting here in the United States. That is it. That is it. What Kamala and Biden have done at the southern border, bringing in 20 million undocumented aliens, 20 million illegal aliens into this country, taking taxpayer money, including FEMA money, previously programmed to go to victims of disasters, being redirected to the illegal alien population to be here in the United States to pay them at least through the beginning of this year, this next year. Unreal. What do you think is going to happen? Heaven knows. 20 million undocumented aliens, illegal aliens. And those are only the people that we know about. We don't know how many gotaways are out there. We don't know how many gotaways are out there, nor do we know how many terrorists are also out there that Biden and Kamala Harris have let into this country. Nor do we know how many murderers, rapists, and other criminals that have been released from the jails in South America, Central America, and Mexico. They're now here in the United States. We know they're here. We know they're here because some of those illegal alien criminals have killed our own citizens and have attempted to kill our police officers. President Trump has also said that if they catch any of those illegal aliens, those criminals, those terrorists, those gang members killing our citizens and or our police officers, they will be deported out of this country. And if they try to come back into this country, they will spend the next 10 years in our federal penitentiaries. That's what they're going to do. And I completely back that sentiment. Does anybody have any questions for me? I need to be going within the next few minutes to go to our trunk or treat that we've been promised to go to. Does anybody have any questions for us? Don Patoga's here in my chat, or here in this chat. One of my dearest friends says anything is possible if they don't know what they're doing. Duct tape won't fix stupid, but it will muffle the sound. Yes, Don, it will muffle the sound. And I've got 3 rolls of duct tape here in our house. And believe you me, it will muffle the sound. NCWQ Worldwide News Disaster Explorer is asking, Ron, that 6.0, I'm concerned, a foreshock? Yes, it could be a foreshock. There is a 25% chance of any earthquake that occurs being a foreshock of a much larger earthquake. There's a 25% chance of any earthquake that hits being a foreshock of a much larger earthquake. That remains to be seen. And yes, we will be monitoring this situation closely. We'll be monitoring this situation closely. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you this. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. Carol and I are going to trunk or treat. Yes, I'm going to take my other device with us. And I may do another broadcast within the next 30-40 minutes from the trunk or treat, letting you see the kiddos out there taking candy from all of us adults and having a great time. Yes, there's going to be soup, there's going to be chili, there's going to be all sorts of good stuff there. And Becky says she's sick still. Yes, we will have some fun for you. I'll even have a bowl of chili for you. Carol's going to have soup because she's got a stomach that's bothering her right now as well. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful time today and tonight. We wanted to come on the air and talk to you about these things because we thought it was important. We thought it was important, and I still do. If there's anything else that happens tonight or later tomorrow, we will be on the air to talk to you about it as soon as the information becomes available. I promise you we're very concerned about you and your families. We're not going to let you and your families get hurt unnecessarily because the USBS doesn't want to talk to you and isn't willing to tell the truth. We are at least willing to tell you the truth. And we're going to show the truth every day. Every day. May God be with you this day and always. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. We will see you on the other side. Have a good night, everybody.